All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk about Brendan Schaub and his recent appearance on the JAXXON Podcast. There's not been a whole lot going on in the world of mixed martial arts, so I figured, why not just get some comedic relief from Mr. Schaub, okay? And go over parts of this podcast episode that I think are good examples of Schaub just being Schaub, which I do find extremely amusing, especially considering he's actually had some decent takes as of late, but then just immediately reverts back to being himself. Do you know what I mean? The usual stuff, like a complete and total lack of self-awareness, constantly shitting on other people despite always complaining about people shitting on him, being unbelievably overconfident while saying things that are completely and totally incorrect. Okay, all the while receiving glaze from the most unbearable podcast host of all time, Bear Digidio, or whatever his name is. Okay, but enough preamble. Let's just get into the clips.
Good.
6'5" with the bleach hair looks great.
Yeah, that's a good look, man.
We should bleach your hair next.
I look like Kevin Randleman.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Or you look like Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man.
Oh wow,
He was dope.
Called you Blade.
He went to.
Damn, we don't respect Blade up
He
in
called
there?
you Blade. You want him to hunt vampires?
We respect Blade, but,
Yeah.
but he's like a little bit darker. Like that's a different
fair.
shade, you know.
Yeah,
you know about black people in that brown paper bag test, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not even asking about that one.
Yeah, you don't know.
No, I don't even want to ask.
We celebrate Wesley Snipes where I'm from. Not his martial arts career, but movie career.
Yeah, both. I think he's a great martial artist.
Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, think about it.
Thanks, Big Dub.
He's a great martial artist.
Listen, if you can pull off all those techniques in a movie, you know what you're doing. I'm not saying that I'm not saying he's a great fighter, but he's probably good at martial arts.
Oh, that's a fair point. I thought you were saying he's a good fighter.
No, I didn't say he's a good. I never seen him fight.
He's a good actor
Yeah,
fighting.
But he can do a lot of.
That's like
martial
saying
arts.
The Undertaker can fight.
He can.
I bet you the Undertaker.
He's a
can
black
fight.
belt.
He-
He's
the
a bad
Undertaker
example.
can't fight.
Yeah, he's a...
I bet you.
What
the
do you mean?
Undertaker
Do you see
fight.
what he did at Kane? No holds bars?
Oh,
What?
you're a WWE fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Why you laugh like that?
No, I'm just saying.
I bet you the Undertaker can fight. He loves.
Yeah,
No,
the-
he's actually a black belt, so he's a bad
6'7".
example.
Yeah,
He rose 3 times.
Yeah, I know.
Like, right?
he rose 3 times.
Yeah, like he's
From
the
the
man.
dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's.
No, he's a badass.
I grew up watching The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is there a difference between a martial artist and a fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
one
the difference?
Fights.
Oh,
One
wow.
does art, one fights.
Self-explanatory.
All right, now just so you guys are aware, okay, this clip starts 1.5 minutes into the episode. Brendan Schaub is immediately shitting on someone else, which I just find to be absolutely fucking hilarious, considering the amount of crying this guy does when people talk about him, right? He brought up Wesley Snipes, seemingly, in my opinion, just so he could get that dig in, then proceeds to use The Undertaker as an example of someone who can't actually fight and regrets it immediately. Okay, I mean, what the fuck is this guy talking about? The Undertaker has a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which we do know from the whole Moneyberg situation could potentially mean absolutely nothing. But then Wesley Snipes, who has a black belt in Shotokan Karate, is not legit. Always the most sound logic from Mr. Schaub. Now, I do want to just point out the attire, okay? Schaub's been in Texas for all of, 2 weeks, maybe a month, and the guy's wearing fucking camo. First stop in Austin must have been the Bass Pro Shops. Now, I doubt he's ever spent a day in the bush, but that's okay, I guess. Maybe now that he's in Texas, he'll start. It could maybe be a little bit difficult, though, when you think an antelope is the same thing as a cantaloupe, and an elk is just the third Nelk boy. But I regress, as Sean Strickland would say, so let's continue.
They don't really
Or like
fight.
like Bruce Lee, right? Like he's the godfather of all that shit, but he never fought. Bruce Lee never fought.
I'm sure he had.
Yeah,
fights.
he had underground
Oh,
fights
really?
in San
Show
Francisco.
me. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Me too. Yo, someone bring that up. Show me the best Bruce Lee knockout.
He had a
That's
fight.
not from Paramount.
He had to fight the guy from where he's from to be able to teach in the U.S.
Yeah, sure. Show me the footage.
You think he probably had fights, but they just didn't film it?
Absolutely
Yeah,
not. No.
course.
And you know he's tiny. Don't get me wrong. Great businessman, the pioneer of martial arts, but was never like a fighter's fight, like not a real fighter. Chuck Norris is more of a legit fighter than Bruce Lee.
He had fights.
He had fights. Black belt in jiu-jitsu, like Chuck Norris. Yeah,
Bruce Lee invented the MMA glove.
sure.
And he invented the push-up.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, on your knuckles? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
No, just invented the actual
Chuck
push-up.
Norris did, I thought.
Yeah, Chuck Norris invented
Yeah.
the push-up.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing push-ups before Chuck Norris.
Really?
He invented it.
Like he just woke up one day and said, hey, I'm going to...
And then he said, I'm finna start doing this new thing.
You know who invented the high five?
Who?
Dusty Baker.
Okay, I mean, this guy just can't fucking help himself. This is why so many people dislike Brendan Schaub. Okay, just the blatant hypocrisy. He cannot handle people shit-talking him or about him on the internet, but then he does it constantly on basically every show he's ever been on, okay? The podcast has now been going on for about 3 minutes and we're already on to person number 2. Not to mention, Schaub will defend the shittiest people from internet criticism like Tim Kennedy or the fucking Liver King or whoever.
What's going to happen, especially this is for you haters out there on Tim, they're going to look into it and they'll reveal some of it. Hopefully they talk about, I don't know how they're going to work. And what's going to happen is you're going to find out that he's not Superman, that he's Batman, and he's still a badass. So you're looking to take down Superman, and you're going to find out you're actually finding Batman, which is still pretty fucking good. That's what.
But then random guys just catch strays for no reason whatsoever. And whether what he said is true or not isn't even the point. Which, by the way, people say this kind of shit about the Gracies as well. Obviously not to the same extent, due to the fact that some of their fights are filmed. But I've heard, and I think it was Hickson telling crazy fight stories that aren't on camera. So I wonder if Brenda would apply the same logic to those guys. Do you know what I mean? Now, something else I just find absolutely hysterical is the Chuck Norris joke going right over Schaub's head, and he just acted like he knew that or some shit as if it was a real fact. But Rampage was just making a fucking joke. Not to mention the multiple interruptions, but most importantly, interrupting just to kill that push-up bit from Rampage, all to tell us about who invented the high five or whatever the fuck. Do you know what I mean? Bit killer Brendan, professional comedian, by the way. And I'm sorry to bring it up again, but I cannot get over the fucking camo. And it makes it worse because he's wearing a backwards white snapback with bleach blonde hair. It's just an unbelievably ridiculous look. But either way, let's continue.
Of Hamzat and Armin training with Sam during the week. Plus, they've been training here at the Jiu-Jitsu, Santo Studio Jiu-Jitsu with Bernardo, and they've been doing some boxing with Yogi, and then they have their full camp with all their team from Sweden. We have the Albanian gangster, Ilya, the big heavyweight Ilya, light heavyweight Ilya.
What? Tapura?
No. He
Ilya,
fought...
Tafi?
Yeah. The Albanian
He's
gangster.
Swedish.
He was at
He played with
All-Stars.
Gustafsson.
Yeah.
He was a monster. Light heavyweight and heavyweight. Built like a stingray, no neck.
He's in the UFC?
Used to be. He was like my era. He retired a while ago.
Yeah, Latifi. Yeah, he fought
Ilya
Derek
Latifi.
Lewis.
Oh, he fought Derek Lewis?
Yeah, he fought some big names.
How did he do against Derek Lewis?
He lost.
Yeah. I mean,
But that was towards the end of his career, but he was a monster at his time. Yeah.
But have you ever seen him fight at all?
I never seen him.
Yeah, but he's here because he was telling us a story because he was at All-Stars when Hamzat first came.
Okay, now I want to get into some parts regarding Schaub not knowing what the fuck he's talking about. And I know that there's going to be people who defend him. They'll bring up that he was a fighter and all that jazz. Okay, and to that I say, I know. That's why it's even funnier. He says the shit that he says. I swear to God, he just called Alexander Latifi fucking Laffy Taffy or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just incredible. Now, at least you can tell that he knows who he's trying to recall. He's getting the facts straight, like where the guy trained, what he looked like, and all that shit. But holy fuck, my guy, this is your job to know the sport. Do you know what I mean? Hello? Like, fucking figure it out. And maybe this is nitpicking a little bit, but don't worry. We're going to get into some more nonsense in just a little bit here.
You see everybody on the internet talking about if DDP doesn't get finished in the first round, it's going to be hard for Hamzat. And they said that if Hamzat can obviously win, he's going to win in the first round. Me personally, I think Hamzat could kill him in any round. I think Hamzat's the most explosive fighter in the UFC. What's
No
your
doubt.
opinion?
Listen, all bias aside, like I was a fan of Hamzat and I've been on his train for a little bit. But the knock on him was the cardio, right? Which, you know, he had long COVID and all those issues with his lung stuff, which is completely fixed now. And then see him in here, it's like, God, he's such a monster. But that being said, against DDP, like DDP is like Hamzat's big, right? Hamzat's big. DDP's my size. I don't know if you know.
No
this.
way.
You seen the picture of him and Bisping? Bisping's a big dude. DDP dwarfs big. DDP walks around about 240. I'm 240 right now.
At what weight class he fight?
Light heavy. DDP's huge. So he's durable and unorthodox. So the odds makers are going to say, the first round, of course, if Hamzat wins, and if it ends before 2 rounds, it's Hamzat all day. I would extend that after seeing this to even the first 3 rounds. 4 and 5 is what I want to see. I want to see Hamzat in the 4th and 5th. And if Hamzat's lighting his ass up, because DDP is going to be tough to finish. So if Hamzat's in the 4th and 5th finish him, then you got one. We got a real one.
I thought these guys was 85ers.
Well, yeah, they are.
But they walk around big now.
It's a different time than
Wait. So what weight class they fighting at? 185?
185.
But you said...
That's Bisping's.
Okay, now I just want to point out before I actually get into the meat and potatoes of what they were talking about that Brendan Schaub, when he attempted to say, of course, said corpses or something along those lines. And it's just amazing. I feel like he does that more than anybody. I would pay Brendan Schaub $100 if he could say the word escape properly and not put the C before it. But either way, DDP fights at light heavy. That's crazy, and also news to me. The funniest part about this clip, though, is that Rampage picks up on it and tries to say something. He just lets it slide eventually. Okay, now I do want to just go over the whole height thing, because what I think is absolutely fucking hilarious is the confidence in which Schaub speaks while not knowing what the fuck he's talking about. He's going off of one picture of Dricus standing next to Michael Bisping and claiming that he's his size. So like 6'4", 240, whatever the fuck. Now, to be fair, that picture is extremely strange, okay? Michael Bisping is listed as 6'2". So if you see DDP standing beside him and you see that Bisping's 6'2", DDP does look like he's 6'4" or 6'5". But Dricus du Plessis is listed as 6 foot. Okay, and if you look at DDP standing next to Whitaker compared to Hamzat standing next to Whitaker, Hamzat Chimaev is clearly taller. Also, we have pictures of Whitaker standing next to Bisping, and he's shorter than Michael Bisping, right? So I don't know what the fuck happened with that picture, but DDP is not Brenda's size, okay? But of course, Mr. Schlob doesn't actually pay attention to the sport. He saw one picture on fucking Instagram and has been running with this narrative that Dricus du Plessis is like 6'5" and cuts 55 pounds. Okay.
I would call him like the voice of MMA right now. I would say Joe Rogan's like the Godfather. I think you're the next up and coming one.
I appreciate
You're like when the three wise men.
The internet's gonna disagree with you, but I appreciate it.
Why? Your views are insane. You're like
they're all right.
You're like the baby Jesus version.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's definitely better guys in the space, but go ahead.
In MMA kind of
There's smarter guys like
who?
Luke Thomas, Chuck Mendenhall, P.T. Carroll.
You talk.
I would say this guy's the voice of MMA, the baby Jesus. What the fuck? I mean, we'll get into the journalism thing in just a second here, but I had to point out that unhinged glaze, okay? And it was actually a rare moment where Schaub showed a modicum of self-awareness and saying, well, the people aren't going to agree, but thanks, I'll take it, or whatever. But that level of glaze was just fucking insane to me. Also, I don't know what Bear's been looking at, but Brenda's views aren't fantastic compared to his channel size. I mean, him and Jesse on Fire with a total of like 600,000 subs between the two of them or something like that, get 24K views on a fucking video together. Hello? What are we talking about?
Talk about real journalists. I've also
Mighty
heard
Mouse is monster.
Mighty Mouse is my
TJ's a
favorite.
monster.
TJ's a monster, but he's on the JAXXON Podcast.
Yeah.
But you're talking about journalists, like real professional journalists. But I've also that brings up to my attention. You've been a little critical lately about
Not critical.
content. No, not critical. But you've been.
I want both.
Yeah, but I've heard you say something about.
Yeah,
this.
I want both because like Dana
Content creators.
and I love Dana. Everyone thinks there's this beef with Dana. I love Dana. But when he goes on, these influencers podcasts and he's like releasing news and they're asking him questions, they're not like fans of the sport. They like watch it like I watch fucking WNBA. I can name 3 players.
Yeah.
But it's whatever. Mm-hmm. So I just wish he would do that because it's getting all the views in the world. And those guys, the Full Send boys and all that, they're great. I have no animosity towards them. But then also do the real journalists like Luke Thomas and P.T. Carroll and those boys. So you get real journalists.
But do you
because they know the sport better than anybody.
You feel Dana's doing that just to bring in new eyeballs to the sport? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But do both because you're leaving behind the old fan base.
Yeah.
And so you're doing this new fan base and the slap fight and the influencers, which it's good, but it's so superficial.
Yeah.
Like all they ask him about is Conor McGregor and John Jones. Bro, well, ask him about what's going on with Armin. So is Armin gonna get left in the dust?
Yeah.
And you're just gonna put in Paddy Pimblett? How's that work? What's the game plan with that? You know what I'm saying? Like
The voice of MMA, right?
Or with Tom Aspinall, it's like, what's going on with Tom? Like, if you could redo it, would you have allowed John to hold the belt this long and then Tom just sitting on the fucking sidelines? And then at the White House fight, are you gonna have Alex Pereira fight John Jones? And then what are you gonna do with Tom? You're just gonna fuck him over? But no one's gonna hold his feet to the. It's not even hold his feet to the fire. How?
Now, I do kind of agree with Brendan's criticism about the state of MMA journalism. Okay, as much as I find Luke Thomas to be pompous and annoying, and also I do have a video brewing about him constantly complaining about young men being radicalized and then exposing his audience to literal tanky communists, okay? But aside from that, though, he is a good journalist and is actually antagonistic towards the UFC when it calls for it, which is why Dana and the UFC don't like these guys and why they're not allowed at events. Not simply because they want new eyeballs brought in via the Nelk Boys. It's to stifle criticism, whereas Schaub and Bear think it's simply about young eyeballs. Now, what I find hilarious is this motherfucker was talking about how the Nelk Boys only ask basically casual questions about McGregor and John Jones, and they're not actual fans of the sport, then proceeds to ask about John Jones and the White House card as his examples of hard-hitting questions, the very casual questions he was just complaining about, right? Holding his feet to the fire, B. But either way, let's continue.
They gonna have Americans fight people from other countries?
You kind of have to, because the skill level in America right now is not great.
Really?
We only have one champion, Kayla Harrison. There's no male champions.
I didn't think about that.
And then think about the younger demo. It's like, who's the big prospect in America?
The Caucasus have all the belts.
You know what
Okay, now at some point I do want to do a video on Bear being the most unbearable podcast host in MMA. Okay, he's a complete and total fucking casual. So I had to just throw this in there because it irritated me. The Caucasus have all the belts? Okay, what the fuck are we talking about now? They're going to go on and try to list all the champions, which gets butchered. But I mean, just off the top of the noggin, right? Pantoja's Brazilian. Volk is Australian. Ilya's Georgian, but he reps Spain, and he doesn't really fight like those guys. JDM's Australian. DDP's South African. And Tom Aspinall's British, which leaves Merab, who trains out of America, by the way, and Magomed Ankalaev. Okay, but yeah, the Caucasus have all the belts.
saying? Like, who's coming up? Like MMA in America is not great right
Who's
now.
the champ at heavyweight?
Tom Aspinall.
Tom Aspinall.
English.
He's from England.
I keep forgetting he's a heavyweight.
Light heavyweight, you know, Russian.
Russian.
Okay, who's 80?
Middleweight, DDP, South African.
Okay.
170, you have, who just beat him? Sound like a dog. At 170, your champion's JDM, Jack Delaminate. He's Australian. 55 now, you have Ilya Topuria. You know?
Do you feel like Ilya?
45, you have fucking Merab.
Let him finish, yeah.
Let me think.
35?
35. You see, you have Pantoja at 25. And then, yeah, there's just no Americans. There's none.
Wow, I didn't
There's
even
none.
think about that.
All right, now my favorite part about that clip is Rampage saying, no, let him finish. It very much seemed like he was setting him up for failure, and I greatly fucking appreciate it. Okay, but I'm sure you all caught it. He claimed Merab was the 45-pound champ, completely forgot about Volkanovski, but that's okay, I guess. Just a guy that, you know, talks about the sport for a living, and then skipped 35 because he realized he now didn't have a face for that weight division, went right to 25, and whatever. Just absolutely amazing. Just Brendan Schaub being Schaub. Do you know what I mean? So that's it for this video. Just wanted a fun one to dip the toes back in, okay? Had a vacation kind of sorts, bunch of family visiting at different times throughout this last month, so lots of outdoor activities and quality time and all that shit. Do you know what I mean? But we are back now, okay? So expect more videos out of me moving forward. Anyways, you guys have a great fucking day, okay? Like, subscribe, all that good shit. I'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye.